What is the best way to practice golf? Well, today we're here with CPGA coach James to figure it out. As an amateur myself, sometimes we go onto the driving range and have no idea what we're doing, just hitting balls. But today we're going to take a more systematic approach to practicing golf. So what is our first step when we're practicing golf? When someone goes to the driving range or indoor, what do they need to do instead of just hitting balls?
Mostly what I want to focus on is the contact.
Okay.
I think contact is the most important. Because even if you have a good swing, if you don't hit it in the proper spot, and your balls are going to go everywhere.
So what can they do to start practicing their contact?
Okay, so first of all, for contact, you don't really have to do a full swing to do a proper work on the proper contact. So proper contact is as long as you can hit the ball in the middle of the club face with the proper face angle and proper angle attack. That's a good contact. So what I recommend, get into a proper setup with the perfect grip, and then I want you to stop at the takeaway. So takeaway is below the belt, and when the club becomes parallel with the alignment stick, that's a takeaway. So stop at the takeaway and hit the ball using your shoulder and using your torso, not doing any wrist rotation. Lock your wrist, rotate, hit the ball. So even after you hit the ball, I don't want you guys to start flipping your hands like this. Just keep your wrist locked, rotate, and use your shoulder and use your torso, hit the ball, and stop at below your belt.
Step 2, now that we've gotten our contact down, you said we have to work on attack angle.
Yes.
So what is attack angle and why is that important?
So attack angle is the when you're going into an impact position, depends on where your club is coming down or upward. It varies where your balls are going to go. So with an iron, you want your clubs to be going downward through the impact, not going upward at the impact.
Yeah.
So more of a descending angle. So I like to use a tape and towel to do this drill.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some drill using first I'm going to use a tape. Tape.
Before we talk about what the drill is, let's say if as a beginner or amateur golfer, we had to only get one attack angle in. What is the most optimal attack angle for them to try to master first?
With an iron?
Yes.
Oh, iron is always down, hitting down.
Down, yeah. And down always from just straight down, right?
Yeah, straight down.
Yeah.
2 to 5 degree.
2 to 5 degree?
Yes, that's
like just a very slight.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the drills we can do to work on our angle attack?
First, we use a towel drill. Put the towel on the ground, but make sure the towel is pretty thin. You don't want it to be too thick.
Yeah.
And put 3 balls between the towel, and then take these 2 balls out. So there is a 2 ball space between the ball and the towel.
Okay.
So what we do is we do a setup a little bit behind the ball, not at the ball, and then work on hitting the ground after the ball. So you can actually, that when you go to the range, you can actually physically see where you're hitting when you're swinging the club. So
What do you mean by that?
I want you to take a look where I'm hitting. Just look at the club head.
Yeah.
Did you see where I was hitting?
You can kind of see like this after swing effect of your club.
Like a little, me brushing the ground, right? So it was around 2 to 3 inches after the ball.
Yes.
Right? So I want you to keep doing that when you're at the driving range. Just see where you're hitting. So obviously when you hit it behind the ball or hit the towel, that means you're hitting up on the ball.
Right.
If you hit down on the ball, that means you're hitting it, your lowest point of your club head is after the ball.
Yeah.
So that means you're hitting it on a descending angle. So do 3 to 4 shots like this. 1, 2. See, I hit the ground after the ball. So, and then try 2 or 3 and do the drill. So, and hit the ball. So when you hit the ball, so you'll notice that my attack angle is going to be negative 4.7. So, this time I'm gonna give you a tape to use.
Sure.
So this is an easier drill. So just take out a tape and then put it behind the ball in the same spot. So right here, and make sure to put 2 balls between.
That's around just 2 inches. 2 balls is 2 inches ish.
Oh, like 3 inches.
Okay.
But this will make it so much easier. But you still have to hit down on the ground.
Yeah.
Good. So you felt the difference there, right?
Yep.
So you didn't hit the ground first. You hit the ball 1st,
Mhm.
and then you see the attack angle is 4.2, and your carry in total is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that we learned how to contact the ball and the angle that we need to contact the ball at,
Yeah.
we need to figure out how to hit it properly, which is the sweet spot. Because you can contact the ball and you can have good angle attack, but like earlier, I topped it, or maybe I'll do something, and that's not the sweet spot.
So sweet spot is in the middle of the golf club, and then a little bit on the lower side. So you obviously, you want to hit it in the middle. But I see a lot of my students or a lot of golfers, they hit it in the heel, on the toe, and even on the hosel. We call it shank.
Yes.
So you know what? You shank a lot too, right?
Well, I don't
Used
shank
to.
a lot. I've never shanked.
Used to. You had that phase. So you want to hit it in the middle. So this is another drill that I want when my clients or people to do. So we also gonna use a tape. So we're gonna put this tape, feet on the ground. So very similar to the attack angle drill.
Yes.
But we put the tape on the toe and heel of the club.
So on the front and then the back of this club surface.
Like this. So it depends on how big your club is.
Yeah.
But we don't want to make it too hard first.
Yes.
So I want you to have a little bit more space. If it's only this wide, it's going to be a little bit intimidating. And you might have to move.
So the purpose of this is knowing that every time we come down, we have to hit inside here so we are hitting in the center.
Yeah.
Right?
So let me show you an example. So this is pretty wide. So it's going to be a little easy. So, but when you're doing this, you got to make sure we hit the ground though.
Yes.
Just remember we worked on the attack angle. So your goal is we start here. I want you to hit 2 inches behind the ball and make sure your club doesn't touch the tape. Yeah, so we start here, 1, 2. So this one, you can also visually see where your club's going. So, and if you touch the tape, that means you're not in the good position. So,
yeah. So earlier, we got the forward and back down. Now we have the left and right. And the combination of a perfect forward and back and left and right should give you that perfect contact.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So perfect contact. But perfect contact doesn't mean it's going to go straight though.
Okay.
So we're going to go over that later.
Yeah.
But let me show you an example. So I'm going to try to hit it with the perfect attack angle and perfect contact. So as long as I don't hit the tape, it's going to be a decent contact. So let's see. So yeah, see the attack angle 5.1. And then face angle club path, pretty neutral. Carry in total is my number.
Sure. So the fourth step is going to involve you spending a little bit of money to either get a coach or come into a golf simulator, because with a golf simulator, you get all these metrics available to know how to adjust your shot.
Yes. So these metrics are very important, but I usually put out like 12 metrics, but these are the most important ones for beginner golfers. So club speed is how fast your club is. Ball speed, you know what ball speed is. Attack angle. Club path is where your club is traveling during the impact. And face angle is where your face is facing at the impact. And also carry and total.
Yeah.
What most amateur make mistake is they slice the ball. So when you
slicing the ball, I would imagine is more of a club path angle.
Yeah, combination of club path and face angle.
Yes.
So I'm going to do the same shot. All the numbers are going to be pretty similar, but this time I'm going to try to slice the ball. So let's see. Okay. A little fade. So yeah. So it's the combination of club path and face angle that makes your ball curve.
Right.
So if you have a TrackMan or a GC Quad or this simulator, it gives you all these numbers. So depends on the numbers, you can change the way you swing.
Right.
So what I just did is I try to get my club head moving from front, more like outside to inside, with the club faces more open to the club path. So that's
when we're going outside to inside, that's going to give us a negative club path number.
Negative club path.
Which is going to make our ball curve to the right.
If your club face is more open to the club path.
Yeah.
Yes. But this is the most common issue what amateur make. So in order to fix this, now you know what to do. Now you know your club path is going over the top.
Right.
So what
we need to get our club path closer to 0.
0 or inside out. So when you're trying to fix your slice, you have to try to go more the opposite of what you do. So let me show you an example. So now we have to try to swing from more inside of your body to the outside, or in to in is okay too. So let me show you the difference and the number here. So I try to hit that a little bit more of a draw, or that more like a hook. So this now I'm swinging from 4.5 degree inside out, and then I actually close the club face. The ball is hooking now.
Our last step to practicing golf properly is practicing our basic fundamentals, which consist of grip, takeaway, and setup.
Yeah,
right?
Grip, setup, takeaway.
Yeah.
Yes. So those are the 3 major things you have to be perfect on. So when I see a golfer or amateur golfer, a new golfer, or advanced golfer, when I see their setup position, I know that if they're a good golfer or bad golfer just by seeing their setup. So when they have a bad setup, they're usually a really bad golfer.
And most amateur golfers actually, they think they're doing it right, but they're not. Because I know when I started, I thought my grip was like, oh, interlocked. I thought I had it down, but it's completely wrong.
Yes. Even right now, it's pretty much wrong. And I saw your grip, and so
it's
I'm
not
like,
right,
okay.
but I'm still hitting the ball okay. So grip is, I think, something that a lot of new golfers need to pay, especially if they're learning by themselves.
A lot of people, they have a grip like this, very strong. So I can see their 3 knuckles, and I can also see their right thumb, and their right hand is going way underneath their grip like this. So proper grip would look like you should be able to see 2 knuckles, and then I want you to fully cover your left thumb with your right palm. You can either do overlap grip or interlock grip. If you have a big hand, you can also do a baseball grip, but make sure you're fully covering the thumb with your right palm, and then your right thumb should be on the left side of the middle of the club face, middle of the club, and then index finger has to come down like you're shooting a gun. So it should look like this. So if you check yourself in the mirror and if your grip look like this, so that's the first thing you gotta fix. So make sure your grip is firm. And setup. So I'm just gonna show you just 3 major things about the setup. So first the posture side of the setup. Start with your arms front of your body and put the club right in front of your belly button. Below your belt. And then just while you're in this position, do a hip hinge until the club touches the ground. Make sure your chest is facing down. So here, chest facing down. And then from this position, slightly unlock your knees. I don't want you to bend your knees, because if you start bending your knees, most of your weight pressure is going to be on the heel. So no bending, just more of a unlocking the knee. And make sure your chest is facing down and your arm fall straight down. So grab the club. There should be only 1 fist between your arm and your club, and your body and your club. And then make sure weight pressure is on the ball of your feet. Make sure your hands are not in the center. Push your hands towards the left side so your left arm and the shaft can be in a straight line. And then make sure to drop your right shoulder like this. So you gotta make sure your right elbow is facing your body like this. And then slightly bend your right arm. See, my right shoulder is much lower than the left shoulder. When you do a takeaway, takeaway is alignment stick parallel to the ground, parallel to the alignment stick, and below the belt. So let me just show you 5 major things about the takeaway. So first is make sure the club is facing 45 degree downward. I don't want your club face to face the forward or face up. To eliminate the wrist turn, I recommend using the little bit of wrist hinging.
Yes.
So you know what I mean by wrist hinge, right?
It's up and down and not open and closed.
Not this. More up and down, like a fishing. Yes. So you see my club is slightly in front of me, right? Not on the side.
Yes.
And third is the hip rotation. You see my hip is turned around 25 degree, turned to my right side. So make sure we turn our hips and everything moving together. And then next one is not losing your spine angle. You see, this is my spine angle. When you turn, you have to maintain the spine angle. So what I don't want to see is standing up.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure your left shoulder is dropping like this, not aligned with each other. Okay. And the last one is just the right elbow slightly bending, not this, slightly bending.
Yeah.
And make sure the club is underneath your belt. Okay. This. So just when your setup and takeaway is bad, everything's gonna go bad.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. You want to show them a few good shots to wrap it up?
Okay. Yeah.
If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe so that we can keep teaching you everything you need to know about golf.